All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over my trade recap, the trades I ended up taking today. Okay, I ended up taking one trade today. I was looking for another trade just now, but again, the idea got completely invalidated, so I'm just getting off for the day. So coming into the morning here, let's open up my journal here. Okay, so good morning, coming to morning with a clean bullish bias. Daily profile looks like a New York reversal. Asia London session open lower, leaving Asia Devil's Mark high and London as equal highs. Expecting to get around lower at 9:30, tapping into 4-hour busy, sweeping London lows, target to London Asia high. Again, super A plus today. Again, I can't even be upset at my trade today. Again, 4-hour close above the breaker. We're at all-time highs, mitigating weekly open. Price is clearly bullish, right? The only thing that's going on that I don't like is that ES is failing to displace higher, so potentially we can go lower, right? That's the only thing I didn't like, but besides that, everything looked pretty clear. So coming into here, what was I looking for? So I saw London lows got swept. If I go back here, let's just remove all this, and I'm just gonna make a line for the 4-hour here. Boom. Okay, so I was looking for longs once this 4-hour got tapped right here. Again, 9:30 open lower, super A plus setup again. So 9:30 could have been a partial. London and then Asia was right here, and then of course we have all-time highs up here. Okay, so what I wanted to see in here, I almost took this 4-minute inversion here, but it never inversed, right? I was looking for this to inverse again. Why? Is because 9:30 is opening lower. We're sweeping sell side liquidity, tapping into this 4-hour. We swept this internal low again. CRT low, CRT high, 9:30, and then we can target. Again, I do know that ES ended up taking London Asia highs, but again, I didn't really care much about that. And why didn't I care about that? It was because I felt like that manipulation higher through ES was made for NQ to rebalance and then go higher. So I didn't think price was gonna go lower how it did today. So again, I was waiting for a 4-minute invalidation. Again, there was a 5-minute here, but I wanted to go break even there and then TP1 and then TP at London and Asia highs. So I waited for this 4-minute to get invalidated. Never got invalidated, and it ended up tapping the 5-minute. So I was okay. But what do I want to see now? I want to see some sort of manipulation back down, and I want to wait for the 10 a.m. candle to give me that confirmation that we want to go higher. So at this point in time, again, there was a 2-minute inversion here. So again, it's super small, like the smallest 2-minute inversion. So I didn't take this because it was at 9:56, and I was like, I just want to wait. Like I feel like we want to go higher. I really do believe we want to go higher, but I just want to wait a little bit more. So again, in theory, I was looking for this 1 minute right here. If this would have been validated, I would have been like, all right, like I'll go long if 10 a.m. opens into it. Okay, so I was looking for this. Again, price is going higher. We closed above this. Again, I still waited, and I was like, okay, bet. So I want to look at this price action, and I was okay, like, what do I want to see now? And I was like, I want to see this low get swept. I was like, this fair value gap, I wanted it to hold at 10 a.m. It didn't hold, and I was like, okay, I want to see this low get swept here, and this would make the 4-hour CRT low, because essentially right here at this point in time, again, I hate that the market does this, but so far this is the 6 a.m. low. 10 a.m. needs to open lower. We sweep the 6 a.m. low, and then we can target the 9 a.m. high, right? The 9:30 a.m. high, which is right around here. Okay, so that's how I was approaching this. I was like, okay, like if this happens, I'll look for some longs. Okay, but what did price do here at 10 a.m.? 10 a.m. open lower and put in this SMT, which is now right here. Okay, so now we had SMT with the 4-hour CRT. So this is telling me we're inside of a 4-hour for value gap. We are inside of this bullish breaker, 4-hour for value gap. 10 a.m. is opening lower, having a 4-hour CRT. Now I just need to see invalidation, and then I'll go long. And again, going back to this price action here, I remember I didn't take this 2-minute because I wanted to wait for it to be undeniably clear. That was my confirmation. So when I saw this, I was okay, like I want to see 10 a.m. hold here. So I'm going to put a red line here through 10 a.m. Okay, boom. Make this, boom. So, whoa, this is a little bit too much. Boom. And I'll just do this. Okay, so anything below this is a buying opportunity if we're bullish. So we came in here, we wicked this bullish gap. And then I was like, okay, how are we going to close? And then we gave a pretty good close here. So I was like, all right, like this is clean. Like I know this is a little bit early. Why is this early? Because I'm trading within this range inside of this range. So I was like, I was like, this might be a little early, but I just believe the daily profile to be higher. Why do I believe it to be higher? Again, look at all the low resistance. So this was my break. This was supposed to be my break even. Again, we are intermediate term highs, TP1, TP2, and then look at all this low resistance here. Again, all this liquidity, equal highs, equal highs, equal highs with London, devil's mark, low resistance, more equal highs. I was like, all right, like, where else are we gonna go? Like, we're inside of this big ass range. Price is displacing higher. Like, the only confirmation that I could have waited for here is two things maybe. One being this 1 minute for value gap here, which again could have been clean, or two, wait for a close above this high. But I feel like that's just, at that point, it's just, you're waiting for too much. It's most likely like you're not gonna get entry. So I want to be break even here by then. This could be my next break even if anything. So again, I just felt like this was a clean trade. 10 a.m.'s opening lower. I lowered risk, but I felt like, again, this is a trade that I wanted to fucking risk $500 to $750, but I didn't because I was like, okay, I acknowledge that it's a little early. I acknowledge we're at government's shut down, and I acknowledge we're at all-time high. So it's like, damn, bro, like, it sucks, bro. I really, really want to be bullish here, like, so I ended up losing. I was frustrated because I was like, bro, there's, like, what else are we supposed to do? Price started moving sideways. We went lower. Okay, then price came up. Again, we went lower, tap previous day equilibrium down here. If I show you guys the boom, previous day equilibrium, and then we're going higher. Again, at this point, this 15-minute for value gap got mitigated, and then we started displacing through this entire range, and we left a pair of equal lows. So I was like, all right, like, maybe I can short to equal lows if we tap this 5-minute and then get a validation lower. And there you go. Run, move up, right back up. So again, frustrating. Again, these markets are a little, again, I don't want to say they're hard to trade because it's not that it's hard. The market literally just, how you have to do is wait for it to be clear. And I felt like I did that today. I felt like I waited for it to be clear, but also I could have waited a little bit more. And you know what? It is what it is. It happens. That's the thing about these markets when we're at all-time highs. I'm not taking that many trades. And yesterday I missed an A+ setup. And then today it caused me to take a earlier entry than I should have. So again, it's a lot of psychology and a lot of mental perseverance and strength. So again, today I fell short. I shouldn't have entered that early. I should have waited a little bit more. Again, although I had conviction in these type of trades, you want to wait just a little bit more, and I should have waited for this, right? If I would have waited for this, I could have avoided this loss because then I could have gone long. This would have told me 10 a.m. is SMT. We're tapping, we're holding, and now we're invalidating this entire range. Again, stop goes below here, break even at that internal. This could be TB1, and then we can seek higher. That should have been my trade entry today. That should have been my approach, but I was a little earlier today, and it happens. Again, my loss wasn't much. It's only $350. It's not that big of a deal. But again, I can acknowledge when I made a mistake. That is a mistake of mine, and it is what it is, okay? These are the days where you just journal and you move on. There's nothing you could do. These are days where you're supposed to just kind of reflect, don't revenge trade. Again, I lost only $350, again, across 5 accounts. I basically lost all my profits for the week, again, plus a little bit more. I'm basically break even on the week. Still up on the month. I'm up around 3K on the month. But still, very frustrating. Yesterday was supposed to be a fucking banger day, and then today I take this loss, and it's like, oh, I'm back at break even. Again, these market conditions are tough. Government shutdown, no news, all-time highs. I missed out on a trade. I haven't been trading that much, so it causes me to take an earlier entry than I should. Again, it's a lot of mental, a lot of things, but you got to realize, like, when you get slapped in the face like this, again, on Monday, I remember I told myself, damn, I should be a little bit more aware. Tuesday, I didn't end up taking a trade. Or I took a trade. I was break even. I think I would have to take a look. But yeah. And then yesterday, I wanted to take that trade, but I set an alert and didn't hear the alert go off. And then today, I took one trade and got slammed. And lost. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Other than that, like, really good week so far. It's a little tough because I haven't been trading. I literally been taking, like, all week this week. I took 2 trades. 1, 2. Yeah, this is my 3rd trade, I guess. So 1, 2. Yeah, this is my 3rd trade all week. I literally haven't even been trading. Monday was 2 trades, 1 loss, 1 win, and then today was a loss. Okay, so 3 trades. But yeah, with that being said, let me know how you guys did today. I saw a lot of people shorting today. I didn't understand the reason behind it. Again, I understood the fact that ES failed to close above, so maybe that's the reason behind it, and then the SMT. But again, when we're all-time highs, I feel like, and we have all these bullish PD rays. I don't know. Again, I don't want to be shorting against this. So, yeah, I don't know. But with that being said, I don't really have anything else to say. Tough market conditions. Review the trade. Yeah, that's all. We move on. With that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.